This is Enough Said Sports.
Guys, I hope all is well in your world. It is all well here at Enough Said Sports as we come to you with another college football preview and prediction here on YouTube. This is one of the subscribers' choice of the week. It's going to be for subscriber Bob Montgomery, who is also a Patreon and a true fan of Enough Said Sports. Thank you so much, Bob, for all your support. And as a result of that, I have selected one of his choices, which is going to be the Oklahoma State Cowboys going up against the Boise State Broncos there on the blue turf in Boise, Idaho, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on FS1, Saturday, September the 18th. On Oklahoma State side, well, first let me start with the spread. The spread is Boise State is favored by 3.5, and the total is 57.5, over or under. On Oklahoma State side, Coach Mike Gundy, back for I don't know what season it is, but he's been there a long time. But he's started off the season 2-0 here. One victory over Missouri State in game number 1, 23-16. Game 2, they played Tulsa last week, both in Stillwater, Oklahoma at home. They defeated Tulsa 28-23. They're at home. They got the young quarterback, Spencer Sanders, who got his first start last week. He pretty decent quarterback, somewhat pedestrian in that last game up against Tulsa. Did throw an interception in there. Just didn't have a ton of yards. Wasn't super efficient. More of a game managing type of a quarterback. Up front, they have 2 seniors, 3 sophomores. They do have a first or second projected round pick in the NFL, Braden Johnson at the wide receiver position, and then running back L.D. Brown also, who had a very, very explosive kickoff return in the game against Tulsa. He looked really, really impressive there. Defensively, they run a 4-2-5 set. They do have a first or second round choice linebacker playing in that defense, Malcolm Rodriguez, alongside Trey Sterling, who is a safety. And then they have a third or fourth round projected draft pick in safety in Colby Harvell Peel. Now, when I look at this team and I see all of these projected draft picks and I watch them on film, that doesn't exactly line up together. They do not play up to the standards that they should play at. I watched the entire film, the entire game on the Missouri State, their first outing against Missouri State. And quite frankly, they should be embarrassed with the performance that they put on the field. This is a FCS opponent. They get up 20-0 very quickly in that game. And then they end up barely winning the game 23-16. So that's really, really concerning for me when I look at the level of talent that they have or that they're projected to have versus a team like Missouri State coming in on the road. That's an FCS opponent. That's not a good look for you. And I really didn't particularly care for it. Illingsworth did play the first game at quarterback for Oklahoma State. Looked pretty decent, but really struggled there in the second half. Started off the game really good, but again, struggled. Defensively, they look fast. They look explosive. The offense just kept putting them in really, really bad situations with Missouri State, fumbling the football deep in their own territory, things of that nature. And it put them in a couple of really precarious positions there. And Missouri State did a nice job capitalizing on that. They were not able to punch in a lot of the opportunities that they had right there at the goal line. Also, switching back over now to Boise State, you got the head coach Andy Avalos coming off his first victory. The Broncos took care of business last week against UTEP, beating UTEP 54-13. You got quarterback Hank Bachmeier, really, really efficient thrower of the football, pretty decent with his legs, although I know the coaching staff has asked him not to run the football as much this season, just simply because of his injury history and things of that nature. They don't want to lose the young man, so he's operating more exclusively from the pocket right now, more so than he has in years past. Looks really good. Obviously, against UTEP, they looked really, really good. Started off that first game against UCF looking great as well. Blew a big lead, but came out in this game here against UTEP and took care of business like they should have. Up front, they have 4 seniors, 1 sophomore. Veteran defense. They run a 4-2-5 set. They really don't have any particularly great standouts over there, but they're very, very solid, very well coached on that end. And on film, like I mentioned earlier, they had a tour de force. They looked unbelievable on film against UTEP. They really let off the gas on UTEP in the second half. Played a lot of their backups and just got really, really conservative, not really wanting to run the score up on them. But they did a nice job in this game. And with all that being said, guys, this is what I see in this one. I like Boise. I really like Boise in this game. I don't like Oklahoma State in the way that they've looked on film, especially considering that they've got all these projected draft picks on their roster. It just speaks to a very poorly coached football team, in my opinion. No shade against Mike Gundy. I think he's done a great job with the program over the years, but he's not doing a very good job right now. Them being 2-0 to me isn't very impressive considering who they've played and how they looked when they played them. Boise State, on the other hand, played really well against UCF, spit the bit and lost the lead. And then came out and really showed the type of team they can be against UTEP, again, against inferior competition. But I would argue that UTEP is on a higher level than Missouri State, and we saw what Boise was able to do there. And plus, this is the first game away from home for this Oklahoma State team. I think they're going to struggle here. I like Boise to cover the -3.5 in this one, and I also like Boise to win the game outright on the money line, and I like the over 57.5. I think Oklahoma State's going to have a hard time stopping Boise, and I do think Oklahoma State will get their points. They do run a sort of an air raid type of an offense, sort of a spread offense. They ran the ball a little bit more against Tulsa because they were right in that game. I think they're going to be forced to throw the football here a lot to try to keep up with Boise. But I think Boise cruises in this one and covers easily, and the game goes well over 57.5. Thanks as always, guys. Really appreciate the support. Thank you, Bob Montgomery. Appreciate you, man. Hope you enjoyed this video. And, hey, good luck on Saturday. Hope you get the job done. Hope we get the job done for you and get you paid to watch this game on Saturday night. So with all that being said, guys, thank you. Appreciate all the support. And I will talk to you again really, really soon. Take care, guys.